paired with combat boots. Adorning his body were unmistakable marks.
I bet them bitches stink. Them bitches smell horrible as hell, like the Flying Dutchman locker on game.
Always remember, a man who walks with purpose doesn't need the crowd to cheer.
Everybody think Canada is peaceful and shit, but do y'all know they gang banging down in Canada? But not the type of gang banging you normally thinking about. We talking about that supremacy gang banging. Yeah, that white supremacy gang banging. Yeah, that's how they be getting out in Canada. But y'all didn't know about that shit, but now you finna find out.
If you want the white race to survive, you're gonna have to do your part.
They firebombed our house, and of course there's a home invasion murder attempt on myself.
The neo-Nazi groups Blood and Honor and Combat 18 are now considered terrorist entities in this country.
In today's video, we'll be covering Alberta's supremacist and neo-Nazi gangs.
Who the fuck is these niggas?
Supremacist movement. We'll take it from the start, featuring their origins in Canada, the motives behind these groups,
that's what I'm saying, they tweaking.
Time, their displays of violence, and how, according to authorities, they are now potentially threatening to overthrow the government. The first organized supremacist group in Canada can be traced back to 1921, when the well-known Ku Klux Klan's Canadian cell was founded, creating a movement that would evolve over time.
Oh, you see, I didn't even know this shit. So the KKK spread like the Blood and Crips. They spread like the Blood and Crips, I see. Because I thought the KKK was only in the motherfucking America. Now I'm finding out it's founders of the KKK in motherfucking Canada. This shit is wild.
A few weeks after its founding, supporters were already burning.
Hey boy, why the fuck they put the motherfucking cloak on the horse? Why did they put the cloak on the horse, gang? Now that shit just a little bit too far, gang. I know y'all trying to make a little statement or whatever, bro, that y'all really with the KKK movement, but come on, bro. The horse look retarded, gang. It looked like y'all wrapped that motherfucker up in toilet paper, gang. I ain't gonna bap to you.
Crosses, and less than a year later, in 1922, they set ablaze a Catholic college in Winnipeg, Manitoba, killing 10 innocent students that day. Through the following decades, a toxic
These niggas burning down colleges and shit, bro? What the fuck is wrong with these niggas?
blend of anti-Catholic, anti-Semitic, and xenophobic sentiment gained popularity, giving rise to
Oh, so these niggas hate everything. These niggas hate everything but white, bro. It's just white, bro. It ain't nothing else but white, bro. They ain't fucking with nothing else, bro. If you different than white, they op gang.
new anti-immigrant groups. Burning crosses, demonstrations, and racist marches were becoming common until the government decided to intervene. In response, not only did they tighten their grip on the Ku Klux Klan and its counterparts, but in 1962, the government introduced immigration regulations that eliminated preferences for immigrants of European origin. Instead, a points-based system was implemented, prioritizing skilled labor. The impact made two changes. Canada's immigrant population became more diverse, and the violent activities of hate groups somewhat subsided. However, experts now explain that these groups never truly died. They merely adapted, tightened their circles, and operated secretively behind closed doors. Confirming this, in 1990,
You see, bro, that's why I be telling them motherfuckers, bro, them niggas don't go away, bro. Them niggas just motherfucking act like they cool with it now because the cameras and shit, it's too many cameras and shit now, so it's easy to get exposed, bro. It's easy to get exposed, you feel me? So it's like, that's why they gotta be low-key with it now. What they do with the, I don't know, bro. I think they cool with black horses, bro. It's just black people, bro. They don't like Mexicans, none of that shit, bro. If you're not white, bro, they ain't fucking a white European.
they made their comeback in Alberta and shook the entire country. Led by the Canadian Aryan Nation's leader, Terry Long, hundreds of white supremacist supporters marched through rural Alberta, viciously resounding their hate message. Not only did they display swastikas and even harass anti-racist,
Bro, ain't that shit what Hitler used to do, bro? These niggas not from Germany, bro. What the fuck? But they do probably, shit, Hitler was damn near white supremacy himself, bro. I ain't gonna, shit, Hitler was low-key gay, bro. He talking about the perfect man is white, blonde hair, and blue eyes. Why are you worried about what the perfect man is, gang? Boy, that shit gay as hell, bro. If you really think about it, Hitler ass was a fucking freakazoid.
Racism supporters, but they also burned a colossal 30-foot high cross and a symbolic gesture that reignited and ushered him into the modern era.
He was a freakazoid.
This was more than a propagation of extreme ideologies. It was the birth of something far more sinister and deadly: hate-motivated organized crime. From the 1990s onward, hate slowly morphed into meticulously planned murder plots and what some claim is anti-government mutiny. Among the earliest groups to embrace this transition was the
Well, if they don't get that lame ass up, boy, someone need to beat the dog shit out of these niggas, bro. Boy, oh, that's why they call them niggas skinheads. Oh, fucking skinhead.
the White Boy Posse gang. Founded in 2003 by its notorious leader, Mike, the White Boy Posse gang stood apart from its street-level counterparts. Operating in Alberta, this race-based gang established strict criteria for membership. It was essential to be white, to even be considered a hangaround. Initiated members, referred to as the fully patched, adorned themselves with typical neo-Nazi tattoos, proudly displaying swastikas and other symbols of the Third Reich. While police records connect the group to various criminal activities, including drug trafficking, extortion, and involvement in the sex trade, their notorious reputation stemmed from their relentless violence against people of color, an activity they seem to.
And you see, niggas like to talk about black people gang banging, black people gang banging, black people gang banging. But do y'all not forget that white people started gang banging first? Shit, they started gang banging by skin color, my nigga. Let's be real now. These niggas started gang banging by skin color. It wasn't about no. Really, black people was more nice. Black people was more nice. We not fucking with you because where you from, bro, in your area, bro. These niggas, bro, they got way more stricter options, bro. They don't care about where you from. You're black, you're an op. Plain and simple. That's way more worse gang banging than what the black people got going on. Even though the black people and Hispanics did have shit going on back in the day. But that was more so the Hispanic motherfuckers not fucking with the black people. Because some Hispanic motherfuckers be slight racist, bro. But Hispanic motherfuckers be racist to their own kind, too. Own gang. Like, it's a Hispanic motherfuckers that they look down on other Hispanic motherfuckers. They ass be thinking they white. Nigga, you are not white. You is not white, gang. On gang.
To have simply loved. Fast forward 2 decades, and the White Boy Posse gang
white
still lurks in the shadows of
don't accept other races.
Saskatchewan,
Nah, they ain't with that shit.
Territories. While some gang experts argue that the group has lost most of its former prominence, it can't be ignored that they're reported to boast a sizable membership of approximately 500 individuals and thousands of associates. They're even alleged by authorities to be tied to powerful entities like the Hells Angels and the Red Alert gang. The authorities have issued
these niggas got multiple branches of gang banging.
Red Alert, a mainly Aboriginal gang, are strictly business, but they remain unflinching in their readiness to torment and inflict fatal harm.
You see, everybody talk about the fucking UK, but how come we're talking about these Canadian gang bangers? Because this is what these niggas doing in Canada. Y'all remember, we is watching Canada right now. It's like, gang, like, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck gang banging y'all got going on. And this the only thing I find about y'all niggas, bro? This shit is sad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Upon people of color. Barely 3 years later, still in the murky shadows of Alberta, Canada, the year 2006 witnessed the birth of yet another neo-Nazi criminal organization, the Aryan Guard, founded by a notorious figure named Kyle McKee.
Boy! Who the fuck? Boy, look at what the fuck this nigga got on his feet, bro. This nigga got the boots with his pants leg rolled up so niggas could see the boot. If he don't get his goop, bro, then look at his haircut, gang. Look at these niggas, bro. Just look at them, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you. I see why they mad at every other race. Because these niggas out here looking like this, bro. These niggas out here looking like this. I'll be mad too. I'll be mad too if I was out here like him.
Often referred to by law enforcement as a micro-Führer.
This shit crazy.
One constable from Edmonton's hate crime unit astutely remarked, "For a man who only weighs 130 pounds, McKee carries a lot of weight." This observation was in reference to photographs of him proudly holding heavy-duty firearms, standing defiantly.
Oh shit. Skitty ass boy with that long ass shotgun, bro. Man, if he don't get his ass off, bro, why his head look disformed right here? Disformed head ass boy.
In front of towering Nazi flags. Kyle McKee, a
Bro, these niggas knobbing from Germany, bro. These niggas dick eating a nigga and they knobbing from the country of that nigga, bro. Come on. But at the same time, too, if we really do look at it, I ain't gonna cap to you because I do be looking at the little research and shit. Like, that's my favorite. That's my favorite shit to do. You feel me? Look at that shit. And, you know, Adolf said the America best time, bro, was the Jim Crow laws. He actually, if y'all didn't know, Adolf Hitler actually took inspiration from America. For with how he do with some of his racist shit. He took inspiration from America. I ain't gonna lie to you. Fun fact, bro. Do your research on motherfucking Adolf Hitler getting inspiration from the Jim Crow era. Or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I believe so. The Jim Crow era on game. When Jim Crow first came out, bro, and they was doing that slavery and all that other shit, bro, Adolf was like, I'm fucking with y'all, bro. I'm fucking with what y'all doing. I'm fucking with the movement. And I feel like motherfucking Germany need to be like that, but way worse on gang. I'm telling you. So it's kind of like, yeah, these niggas copying off of Hitler. But Hitler wanted to be us back in the day when we was doing that racist shit. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But this nigga look goofy as hell, bro. Hitler down there with the smoke folks ass.
a product of the system, had immersed himself in the realm of neo-Nazism from a young age. His turbulent childhood saw him shuffle between foster care and jails until he eventually relocated from Ontario to Calgary, where he would establish the Aryan Guard. According to a police officer familiar with the organization, McKee possessed all the prerequisite traits of a neo-Nazi leader. He sported a shaved head, a figure covered in tattoos, and donned all black attire paired with combat boots. Adorning his body were unmistakable marks.
I bet them bitches stink. Them bitches smell horrible as hell, like the Flying Dutchman locker on gang.
Markings. A massive white power tattoo emblazoned across his chest, a swastika on his left hand, kill on one leg, and Jews on the other. Despite his appearance,
Damn, he ain't fucking with the Jews? Okay, this nigga, okay, this nigga, like I said, these niggas don't fuck with nobody, bro. Oh, gay. They not fucking with nobody, gay. And they got this shit tattooed on them, bro.
interest in violence, insider accounts suggested that McKee possessed a charismatic charm and proved to be a master recruiter. He was known to preach his beliefs to anyone who would listen, going so far as to offer accommodation in his own apartment to new recruits. A journalist from the
Damn, bro, he got the female laying on him, bro. That shit a little bit weird. They sharing that female. The way folks sitting right there, she sitting, got the leg right there. They sharing that female on gay.
National Post, who had the opportunity to interview McKee, described him as a true believer, who sincerely believed his actions were justified. The journalist reported, to him, it was all politics, and violence was politics to him. In line with his convictions, McKee and other members of the Aryan Guard perpetrated a shocking incident. They confronted and assaulted two Indian men as they left an East Edmonton liquor store. According to the victim's accounts, one of them was struck on the back of the head with a full bottle of alcohol, followed by being stabbed with a broken glass.
Damn, they did this just for being Indian. These niggas, bro, just for being Indian, bro. Like, I told you, bro, it's not just black people, gang. It's whoever, bro. If you not with that, with that motherfucking Germany Hitler shit, bro. If you not with that shit, bro, you was an op. I ain't gonna cap to you with these niggas.
The other victim claimed to have been bitten during the assault. The Aryan Guard proved to be a menacing group, perpetrating
Niggas out here biting niggas and shit, bro. These little freaky ass niggas.
numerous incidents of violence. 4 members were arrested for vandalism. A 17-year-old assaulted a Japanese woman leaving a Calgary bar.
Yeah.
And in November 2009, 2 homemade bombs were discovered at the doorstep of a fellow member's residence.
That bomb looked like a fucking cow. That shit kind of looked like a cow. Do y'all see how it looked like a cow? Or am I tweaking?
While he and his 4 children were inside. Thankfully, the police intercepted the devices just before they could detonate, leading to McKee being charged with attempted murder. However, the charge was later dropped after he pleaded guilty to manufacturing the explosives. Unsurprisingly, the Aryan Guard was plagued by internal strife and infighting. mere weeks after the failed bomb attempt in 2009, announced its dissolution, signaling the end of its life. Even with the fall of the Aryan Guard criminal organization, Kyle McKee still refused to surrender his beliefs. Fueled by his convictions, he forged alliances with other similar groups, co-founding yet another entity known as Blood and Honor Canada. Many argued that this new organization surpassed all previous supremacist groups in its deadly impact. The name Blood and Honor carries a notorious legacy, tracing its roots back to the United Kingdom. Founded in 1987 by Ian Stewart and Nicky Crane, the organization initially...
so now we going to y'all UK niggas. Y'all got these niggas out there too. So I guess everybody with that shit. Okay, everybody with this shit.
Functioned as a neo-Nazi music promotion network and a right-wing extremist.
They get their lame ass out of here.
However, as time passed, Blood and Honor underwent a sinister transformation, morphing into a ruthless organization with its enforcement wing known as Combat 18, a militarized, ultra-violent neo-Nazi faction. While the extent of McKee's ties to the parent branch in the UK remains uncertain, authorities assert that he held a prominent position within the Canadian chapter of Blood and Honor, occasionally referred to as Code 28, derived from the second and eighth letters of the Latin alphabet, B and H. True to their intentions, Blood and Honor wasted no time in continuing the campaign, where the Aryan Guard had left off. As the years rolled on, hate crimes in Canada surged, with StatCan data revealing a steady increase. Racist marches, rallies, assaults, and harassment plagued the nation, drawing particular attention to the city of Calgary and Alberta in general, as the main areas in Canada where racist demonstrations of such magnitude were taking place. Alberta earned the title of the center of the country's neo-Nazi movement, a distinction that cast a shadow over the province. In 2015, the Center of Hate, Bias, and Extremism conducted a national...
Y'all know, if y'all go to Canada, now y'all know where not to go to. I thought everything was nice in Canada. This shit is wild.
...study on right-wing extremist groups in Canada, reaffirming the severity of the situation. Counter-terrorism reports unveiled a troubling reality. There were approximately 100 alt-right or white supremacist groups operating within the country, with Alberta serving as home to around 15% of them. But most importantly, they issued a dire warning that a more radical and future-defining evolution was taking place within right-wing extremism, one that could possibly topple the country. Seemingly frustrated that most people weren't paying attention to the rallies and demonstrations, intel revealed that weapons were being secretly acquired with the intent of sparking a civil war. But the threat extended beyond warfare. Reports hinted at plans to poison water supplies and derail trains, resulting in catastrophic loss of life.
Derails trains, kills.
Bro, these niggas is evil villains, bro. At this point, these niggas are, bro, I call these niggas gang. These niggas is evil villains. That's what the fuck these niggas is. These niggas just want to cause mass destruction. That's all they want to do.
Some people and poison some water supplies. You better be ready to do those things. If not, then you're not going to be ready for what's coming.
Throughout the decade so far, we have witnessed the evolution of groups going from political parties to downright criminal organizations. And as it turns out, there is no single ideology motivating them. However, they do seem to have a shared framework of beliefs, ideas, concepts, and literature that cuts across them. It seems that racism serves as a central theme, with some factions claiming to fight for the preservation of cultural purity. To these individuals, those from different cultures are simply vermin that must be eradicated. In many cases, referring to people of color as rats. Many members are frustrated by the government's leniency.
Damn, that shit kind of new. That's kind of new, bro. Calling black people rats, all black people rats. I'm used to being called monkey, on gang, ape, on gang, African booty scratcher, on gang, shit like that. But a rat, that just, anyone could be a rat, bro. Y'all ass could be a rat, gang. Like, why do black people just got to be considered rats, bro? That shit kind of mean, bro.
Towards immigrants. For context, StatCan reports that Canada is home to more than 11 million people of color in 2023. Together with Indigenous people, they make up over 30% of the entire population, and it's only growing. Due to reasons like this, some supremacist movements are now advocating for the violent overthrow of the system, and the creation of the totalitarian Aryan nation. One such movement, Blaze, is currently at the front line of such a revolution. Blaze is a group dedicated to accelerating the collapse of the government by inciting a civil war through the use of what the authorities call terrorist attacks.
Bro, so these niggas just planning to just... So at this point, bro, these niggas' whole goal is just to overthrow the government. So really, bro, they just want to be like motherfucking Hitler, gang. They really want to do what folks says did in Germany. They trying to do that shit in their little Canada area or whatever. What's up, gang? These niggas, bro, is tweaking, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you.
If you want the white race to survive, you're gonna have to do your part.
Alarming reports even suggest that some members of these groups may have connections within the military, raising further concerns about the potential for coordinated acts of violence.
Happy
Within
holidays,
the ideology
my boy.
of groups like Blaze, the foundation lies in viewing society as degenerate and corrupt.
You said that supremacy shit? No, yeah, but we looking at Canada gangs. We looking at Canada gang banging right now.
Their ultimate objective is reported to be using violence to hasten societal collapse in order to set the stage for the creation of a new society. Something worth mentioning is that in an era dominated by social media, the reach and influence of groups like this have expanded exponentially. Not only are these groups able to recruit more individuals into their ranks, but they have also grown bolder in their actions and messaging, amplifying the sense of fear and urgency. In August 2022, the city of Calgary woke up to a chilling display of white supremacist media. A banner adorned with the phrase coined by one of America's most infamous white supremacists, David Lane, was prominently hung over a busy street. It read, "We must secure the existence of our race and a future for white children." This phrase, known as the 14 words,
okay, shit is real, bro. And the crazy part about this shit, bro, is lots of white motherfuckers that think this way, bro. It's just they know they gonna get criticized for doing that shit, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you, just like I tell motherfuckers. It's lots of motherfuckers that want to do some motherfucking Jeffrey Dahmer, motherfucking Ted Bundy type shit. But they just know they gonna get criticized for it. Lots of difference what make people, you feel me, them niggas and the other motherfuckers is, other motherfuckers just got more self-control, you feel me? I ain't gonna cap you. I be telling motherfuckers all the time, bro. Your teacher could be thinking like a serial killer, gang. Your teacher could be thinking like a serial killer, bro. Shit, you never know. Your mama, your grandma, all that shit. But they just got self-control and they just ain't gonna never do that shit. Now, some motherfuckers, they don't got their self-control and then they go through with that shit, bro. And with this shit right here, it's lots of motherfuckers that damn near probably want to do that shit, but they got self-control and be like, nah, bro, it's not right. But they know they want to do it, but they know it's not right, you feel me? And y'all got to understand, lots of motherfuckers be like that. That's why I tell motherfuckers, if the purge was real, bro, so many motherfuckers would be outside sliding and killing motherfuckers. Doctors would be sliding, lawyers would be sliding. All types of shit that you think would never be out there trying to do some diabolical shit will be out there doing diabolical shit. You feel me? And the reason why so much crime is on the rise is because niggas take drugs. When you take drugs, you get that little extra thought out the back of your mind. So now you don't got control of your diabolical actions. And you be like, okay, fuck it. I'm just going to do the diabolical actions and shit.
Has since then become a rallying cry for militant white nationalists. As news of the banner spread, white nationalist social media channels claiming to operate in Alberta quickly shared images of the display. The Wild Rose Active Club, a group known for its extremist views, proudly claimed responsibility for the stunt. On their social media platforms, they boldly declared their intention to take public space and own it indefinitely without conceding or capitulating. Their online presence featured quotes from Adolf Hitler and other fascists, accompanied by images that included stickers bearing slogans like "Stop White Replacement." The Wild Rose Active Club even proceeded to flood the streets of Calgary with neo-Nazi.
You see, they talking about the Adolf Hitler shit. They said Adolf Hitler was right. I ain't gonna cap to you. I feel like with the whole Adolf Hitler situation, I feel like most white people don't really care about what Adolf Hitler was doing for the most part. Like, I ain't gonna bap to you, bro. Let's be real. I tell people this shit all the time. America wouldn't have fucked with Adolf Hitler if Adolf Hitler didn't overstep his boundaries. It's just he overstepped his boundaries And then, you know, everything happened with the Pearl Harbor situation and shit. Adolf just keep overstepping his boundaries, taking over more and more countries and all that shit. So it's like, okay, now they got to do something to this nigga. But y'all got to remember, bro, if Hitler would have stayed, you know, didn't let that power get to his head, bro, the Americans would have 9 times out of 10 let him do whatever the fuck he wanted in Germany, just like they let Kim Jong-un do whatever the fuck he doing in North Korea and shit. I ain't gonna cap to you. It's just, you know, he just overstepped his boundaries type shit. That's the problem. But I feel like lots of motherfuckers agree with Hitler, bro. Lots of people agree with Hitler. They just don't admit the shit, you feel me? But you gotta understand, bro, Adolf Hitler was a nigga, bro, that bring out the motherfucking side that lots of motherfuckers be wanting to show, but they can't show, you feel me? Like that's why motherfucker he was so powerful, because lots of motherfuckers think like Adolf Hitler, bro. It's just they scared to do what he was willing to do. He gave them motivation to motherfucking do that diabolical ass shit, you feel me? That's why you need a nice strong leader. Well, that's not good. But I tell people, bro, Adolf Hitler was actually that nigga, bro. If you really think about it, bro, not trying to say rest in peace to all the people that Adolf Hitler killed, bro. But if you really think about it, Adolf Hitler was that nigga, bro. He was that nigga, bro. And my homies and shit get mad at me when I say this shit, bro. They be like, bro, you can't be saying this shit. And I'm like, bro, how can he not be that nigga when he took over a whole fucking country? And then he started World War II, bro. Took over a whole country, overthrow the people, motherfucking made everything how the fuck he wanted, bro. Like, he was that nigga, bro. And that's the definition of being that nigga, bro. Doing whatever the fuck you want to do, bro. And niggas be like, even though it's wrong, it's wrong. Yes, it could be wrong. But it don't change the fact he did this shit by himself, bro. From the ground up. Brick by brick, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you. You can't deny that he was that nigga. That's the reason why he was able to get so far and people was able to follow Adolf Hitler, bro. Because he was that nigga, bro. He was that nigga. Was he a good nigga? No. Would I fuck with Adolf Hitler? Hell no, but shit. Hey, if I was in Germany and I was looking like Adolf Hitler, shit, I might be fucking with Adolf Hitler so he won't fuck me up. Nah, I'm just fucking. I'm lying, bro. I'm lying, bro. If I look like Adolf Hitler, bro, on gang, bro, I'm telling y'all this shit right now, bro. I damn near would have been a racist motherfucker, bro. I'm not finna sit here and cap to you, bro. If I was in Germany, bro, when Adolf Hitler was on the rise, bro, oh gang, bro. I'm not finna sit here and like say like, oh yeah, I was gonna be one of those motherfuckers and be like, oh yeah, that shit is wrong. Nah, nigga, I'm gonna be like, fuck it, it's whatever, bro. Oh gang, bro. Because if we don't do this to them, someone might think like them. Like I always look at it like, bro, you gotta do the fucked up shit so you don't get fucked over, bro. On gang, you gotta do the fucked up shit so you don't get fucked over, bro. What I mean by that is, listen, gang, I don't ever get mad at motherfuckers for the slavery shit. I don't give a fuck about the slavery shit. You know why, bro? Because we was just not smart enough to do that shit first. It's not our fault. I mean, it's not their fault that they thought about enslaving other races instead of enslaving their own race. On gang. Like, let's be real now. If I tell motherfuckers this shit right now, I tell motherfuckers about, like, bro, is you gonna enslave your own people or you gonna enslave the people that don't look like you? Man, I'm gonna shut your lying ass up. You know you gonna enslave the people that don't look like you. Why is you lying, bro? Niggas be trying to bap this shit, bro. Like, back in the day, times was different, bro. Everybody was enslaving everybody, bro. It's about who gonna enslave who first, bro. And that's why y'all niggas become slaves, bro. Because you not ready to enslave a motherfucker, bro. If I was there back then, bro, shit, I would have been on the same type of time. And who finna become the slave master first? Okay, who finna make the generation have generational trauma forever? Is it gonna be them or us? I'm trying to be that nigga that start that shit. You gotta be the fucked up individual so you don't get fucked over. That's how I always thought, though. I always thought like this as a little kid. My mom be like, why would you say this shit? Why would you say this shit? I be like, Baba, that's why the white people was in control right now. Because they decided to do the fucked up shit when we didn't decide to do the fucked up shit.
Nazi stickers, making them a constant source of concern for law enforcement. However, deeper investigations would soon reveal that this group was merely the least of their problems. While the Wild Rose Active Club may have captured public attention, A more sinister parent gang lurks beneath the surface. The
Gotta
Vinland
keep it a buck,
Hammerskins.
bro. We gotta keep
This
it a buck.
notorious gang boasts members spread across multiple countries, including many in Europe.
And listen, gang. And just because I be telling this shit about, oh yeah, this slavery shit, and I would have been with all that bullshit, bro, don't mean I agree with it, bro. But it's like, bro, nigga, of course I want to enslave. Of course I want everything to be a happy world. But niggas ain't with that shit, bro. So if niggas don't want that shit, bro, you gotta be with the bullshit, bro, or you gonna be fucked over on gang. So don't think I condone that shit, but shit, I condone it if everybody doing it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
And Australia, establishing itself as one of the
you
largest,
tweaking.
most active neo-Nazi groups in operation. According to the director of the Center of Hate, Bias, and Extremism, the Wild Rose Active Club is one of the many athletic clubs that have emerged throughout North America in recent years. These clubs operate under the coordination and influence of the Hammerskins, an older gang notorious for a stained history of murders, arsons, and assaults. The director further explained that after decades of silence, it has been revived.
You see, now these niggas is tweaking, bro. Now these niggas actually get hate. These niggas get hate, you feel me? Now me, if I was on that slave type of timing, bro, and I was on that type, I wouldn't be doing this shit if it's all peace and shit now. The only way I'm gonna be on that, oh yeah, let's get some white slaves, let's do this, let's do that, bro, is if everybody enslaving everybody, bro. And then it's like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna do that shit. I don't hate nobody, gang. But shit, I will enslave your ass, bro. It ain't no hate when I enslave a nigga, bro. If I was in back in the day and the roles were reversed, I'm not enslaving you because I hate you, nigga. I'm enslaving you because, nigga, why am I going to enslave my own people, bro? That's how I look at it. If the white people was looking at it like that, bro, I wouldn't even be mad, bro. But lots of white motherfuckers be hating black, bro. Like, they hate niggas, bro. They on some hated ass shit. Like me, if I was a slave master, I wouldn't hate the black folks. I wouldn't hate them. But it's like, nigga, I'm not finna enslave my own people when I could enslave y'all ass on gang. Like, if the roles was reversed, bro, let's be real, bro. Niggas would, that's what it is, bro. Like you can't be mad at the white people because shit, I would enslave the white people if I had the opportunity back in the day, bro, instead of enslaving my old people. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. It ain't happening no more. The problem is these motherfuckers that still trying to do this shit right now. Like, why is you still trying to be on this type of timing, gang?
By what is now termed white nationalism 3.0.
The white nationalism 3.0 style.
Under their new banner, the Hammerskins are reportedly now recruiting a new breed of white supremacist referred to as the cultured thugs.
Oh shit.
A cultured thug is a specific archetype, someone who embodies physical strength, lethal training, and an intellectual engagement with the philosophy of their movement. The gang employs refined tactics and strategies to entice young, isolated men with the promise of molding them into the ideal Aryan man. Back in 2022, operatives from antihate.ca bravely infiltrated the Vinland Hammerskins, unearthing valuable insights into their structure and operations. One officer was even able to land an in-face meeting at a bar with group representatives. This was the second step in a series of ideological checks before being granted access to an active club. The officer reported what he had heard, saying, "What is your ideology? What books do you read?" They wanted to know if there were any skills I possessed that could help with their propaganda. But most importantly, they wanted to know how often I worked out.
You see, propaganda is the #1 tool. I ain't gonna cap to you. Like, that's the biggest thing right there, bro. And that's why America is so scared of TikTok, bro. Because propaganda, bro. That's how you able to really get control over people, bro. You can't control, listen, bro. That's how black people was able to get out of slavery, bro. Because they had them enslaved physically, but mentally, they ain't have them enslaved, bro. As long as no one don't got you enslaved mentally, you is gonna be able to, you know, get out of the situation. Or you might die. But you're gonna die having your own mind and shit. But once someone get control over you, bro, get those ideologies onto you, bro, that's when you cook. And listen, this is why I tell motherfuckers this shit too, bro. I'm the type of nigga, bro, I believe in all religions, but I believe it's only one religion on gang. It's kind of hard to explain how I think. I believe it's truth in every religion, but all that shit, I feel people use the real religion to manipulate people into believing their religion. That's how I always looked at it, bro. I always looked at it like the shit that everybody trying to force onto people, bro, it can't be the real way, because it ain't no way you got to force something on somebody, bro. I feel like all that shit, and you really look back on the history, all that shit really be used to manipulate and control and mold people into what they think a person should be like, bro. And I just feel like, nah, bro, it's someone know about the real religion, bro, and they don't want people to know about the real religion. So what they do, bro, they make all these other religions to do all this shit, bro. It's like, I feel like they put the truth up in it, but they don't give us the whole truth, bro. All that shit is to manipulate and control people, bro. Because it's like, you know how it be, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you. You know how it is, bro. All these niggas just want to manipulate and control people, bro. That's why you notice how they don't push religion no more. Why they don't push religion no more? Because they see they can't manipulate and control people to do what they want through religion. So now they ain't pushing religion no more. They trying to push these little agendas and all that other shit. It's all about control, bro. It's about mentally controlling motherfuckers, you feel me? And one of the best ways, I tell people this shit all the time. If I want to mentally control a mass amount of people, I would control them by their fear. What people fear? Death. People fear the unknown. So since people fear the unknown, people want comfort because they scared of death. If I could provide these people the mass comfort for their fears and have them thinking if they live by this way, they're going to have a good life and they don't got to fear death as long as they follow what the fuck I say. I always looked at that. That's the perfect way for me to control someone, because it's like niggas scared of death. The whole reason why people follow that shit is because they put all these little rules and regulations and shit like, oh yeah, you going to go to hell, you going to burn forever. I'm like, a real God ain't going to do that shit, gang. For you doing some shit like getting tattoos and fucking without being married. Let's be real now, bro. Niggas trying to get control over motherfuckers and they be using God's name to manipulate and control people, bro. But it's cool, bro. The real shit gonna come out eventually, bro. And then all the people gonna be like, damn, ain't no religion. We not supposed to be divided. How each religion got us all divided, that's how I know the shit ain't right. Right there, bro. The right religion gonna unite everybody. Plain and simple. The right religion is gonna unite everybody. The right religion is not gonna have people killing niggas over this shit. The right religion ain't gonna have motherfuckers like these niggas be damn near dying behind this shit just because another nigga believe another type of way. Nah, bro, I ain't gonna cap to you. The right religion gonna unite everybody, but they don't want everybody to know the one religion, because if everybody get united, they fucked up. They fucked up. You feel me? Like, that's how I always thought, though. I just ain't never really speak about it because, you know, my family real religious and shit. But yeah, that's how I always felt.
Upon passing the interview, potential members are gradually brought into the fold. They forge connections with existing members, becoming involved in each other's lives, and meeting each other's families. This process eventually leads to an invitation to join Crew 38, the Vinland Hammerskins feeder club for potential future members. It is within the circle that individuals must prove their worth, demonstrating their dedication to the group's cause. Once deemed worthy, they earn a crossed hammer patch and attain full status as a Vinland Hammerskin. Besides military drills and strategy training, the Vinland Hammerskins also organize annual concerts called Hammerfests. These events serve as a showcase for white power music and recruitment tools. Niche bands such as Odin's Law and Nordwind take center stage, delivering messages aligned with the group's beliefs. That said, they are not for everybody. Attendance at these concerts follows a rigorous vetting process for those outside the Hammerskins social circles. Usually, new attendees are required to travel to a separate location for questioning, before being informed of the actual concert venue. So far, the Canadian Anti-Hate Network has identified 3 men as the current senior members of the Vinland Hammerskins. Following their recent emergence, law enforcement agencies specializing in hate crimes have come to a defining realization. Former hate groups like the Aryan Guard, Blood and Honor collapsed. Instead, according to authorities, they're convinced that some simply fused under one banner, possibly hoping to make a bigger impact on society. As always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.
I ain't gonna cap to you. It's like, yeah, they're gonna try to come over. that ideology shit ain't gonna work no more. You feel me? Like, I feel like the best time to control a motherfucker was back in the day, bro. Like, that's when you was able to get people and manipulate and control people. Everybody is able to be more of a free thinker. Like, that's the whole problem right there. Everybody is able to think for themselves. Because I remember at one point at my life, bro, man, you couldn't even say, man, I believe in the other religion outside of motherfucking what your household believe in, gang. And it's like, man, but what if I want to be a part of another religion? Or what if I want to believe in all religions? You feel me? Man, shit like that just be so wild to me, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you. But shit, nowadays people are still stuck in their own echo chamber. People.
This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.